Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This week, the President focused on foreign policy, meeting with the President of Pakistan, hosting a state visit for China, and celebrating the life and legacy of veteran diplomat Richard Holbrooke. That's January 14th to the 20th, or a rather large painting. On Friday, January 14th, the President of Pakistan came to the White House.
So nice to see you again.
Presidents Obama and Zardari discussed our shared efforts to fight terrorism and promote regional stability, specifically working toward a peaceful Afghanistan. Later that afternoon, both presidents attended a memorial service for Richard Holbrooke, who recently passed away while serving as the president's special representative to Afghanistan and Pakistan. Holbrooke's career included most of the major foreign policy hotspots in the last 50 years.
He addressed the question of why the United States was engaged in bringing peace to that war-torn corner of the world. Why bother? His answer was simple. Because we could make a difference.
On Monday, January 17th, the First Family honored the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King by performing service at the Stuart Hobson Middle School on Capitol Hill, painting in the school cafeteria.
I'm just talking trash because I'm just pointing out how mine go. Look at that.
You don't have a basket.
This is what Dr. King stood for, was helping others. And you being willing to take time out to give back just means a lot, and it says a lot about this country.
It was also the First Lady's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Presidential aide Reggie Love started a little art project of his own.
I think it's a work in progress. I just want you to know that I did this all freehand.
On Wednesday, January 19th, President Obama hosted an official state visit for the leader of the People's Republic of China. President Hu received a 21-gun salute, was taken by President Obama to inspect the honor guard, and met with school children who were attending the ceremony.
You doing well?
Yes. Chief of Protocol.
Nice to meet you.
So good to see you.
He took care of me when I was in Beijing.
Thank you. He had a wonderful trip.
But Ambassador Marshall has been always my boss.
Yes. We all do what she says.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. President Hu, members of the Chinese delegation, on behalf of Michelle and myself, welcome to the White House. And on behalf of the American people, welcome to the United States.
President Obama and President Hu then went to the Oval Office, where they discussed areas of mutual cooperation like economic growth, global security, and clean energy research. They also crossed the street to the EEOB, where the president hosted a meeting with President Hu and business leaders. Increasing exports to China and increasing Chinese investment in the United States will be critical to supporting hundreds of thousands of American jobs. Both leaders discussed this at a press conference they held afterward.
China is one of the top markets for American exports. We're now exporting more than $100 billion a year in goods and services to China, which supports more than 500,000 American jobs.
That night, the White House was host of a state dinner in honor of President Hu's visit. President Obama took advantage of the occasion to make a toast to the cooperation of our two nations.
The Chinese and American people work together and create new opportunities together every single day. Mr. President, today we've shown that our governments can work together as well for our mutual benefit. And that includes this bit of news. Under a new agreement, our National Zoo will continue to dazzle children and visitors with the beloved giant pandas.
On Thursday, January 20th, President Obama met with a bipartisan group of mayors to talk about creating jobs and to hear about how the economy is affecting communities all across America.
The question is, what's next? How do we project a vision for the country and for cities and metropolitan areas where we are in growth mode, we are competitive, our schools are working, our infrastructure is there, we're attracting new businesses.
That night, the president went to the Kennedy Center to commemorate the 50th anniversary of President Kennedy's inauguration.
Summoning a generation to service and a nation to greatness, in a speech that would become part of the American canon. And there's the crowd, bundled up for the cold, making their way through streets white with snow, full of expectation. A nation feeling young again, its mood brightened by the promise
of a new decade.
To find out more information on any of these topics or to see complete videos of these events, go to whitehouse.gov. And thanks again for checking out your West Wing Week.
Good to have this too.
How heavy is it?
It's not
Are you asking me?
Just anybody.
I mean, I lift, so it's no big deal.